Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into the story of Roy Lee and his new AI app, Cluey. He's got this pretty big ambition for it, calling it the ultimate experience layer for AI.
That's right. And we're basing this on a pretty revealing interview with Roy himself, so we get his perspective directly.
Yeah, exactly. So our mission today, really, is to unpack what's behind Cluey, understand that vision.
And the controversy, too, because there was quite a bit around the launch.
Definitely. And see what it tells us, about where AI and tech might be heading.
Well, the first thing you notice is Roy Lee didn't just quietly appear on the scene, did he?
Not at all. His earlier project, Interview Coder.
That made some waves.
Big wave. It was, explicitly designed to help you, cheat is the word often used on technical job interviews.
All right, cheat. And okay, Interview Coder wasn't just theoretical. He actually used it himself.
Oh, yeah. Used it to land a job offer at Amazon. And then, and this is the key part, he went public with it. Very deliberate.
Wow. Okay. So not subtle. Not subtle at all. And the fallout was, well, predictable. Amazon reported him to his university, Columbia.
Which led to his suspension.
Exactly. Suspension from Columbia. And apparently it also got him effectively blacklisted from, the big tech hiring circles.
You'd think that would be career-ending for someone starting out.
You would, but Lee seems to frame it very differently. It wasn't just about getting that specific job.
So what was the rationale then, if not just the Amazon role?
Well, two things, really. First, he kind of framed it as a protest against LeetCode, that big platform for practicing coding interview questions.
Ah, okay. So taking a stand against the system.
Sort of. And second, maybe more importantly for him, it was a calculated move for attention. Virality, building an audience for whatever he did next.
Because he realized he didn't actually want to work at a big tech company.
Precisely. He wanted to build his own thing. And this controversy, stunt, really jump-started his online following.
It actually worked. People followed him because of this.
Seems so. His following grew really fast. It's like he knew how to play the online attention game, even if it meant generating outrage.
It's a risky strategy, though. Banking on controversy. Sustainable.
High risk, yeah. But high reward, potentially. He got the distribution channel he wanted, and now Cluey launches into that existing audience.
Okay, so Cluey. Let's talk about this ultimate experience layer for AI. What does that actually mean in his vision?
Well, he's looking ahead to a world where AI is multimodal, handling text, images, audio, everything.
Right.
And where it remembers vast amounts about you, like years of context. His idea is you won't just talk to a generic ChatGPT. You'll interact via something personalized, like Cluey.
The central hub for your personal AI interaction.
Exactly. And the launch video, that was quite something. It tried to paint this picture of a future where AI is just everywhere. A true AI maximalist life, as he put it.
And the launch itself, the timing was unusual.
Very. 4:20 p.m. Pacific time on Easter Sunday.
Okay. That feels deliberately edgy.
Absolutely. He even said it fits his punk college kid persona. It's consistent with the Interview Coder approach, doing things differently, provocatively.
Which brings us straight to the criticisms, doesn't it? The idea that this stuff is dystopian, that it erodes what it means to be human.
Yeah, that's a classic argument against major new tech, isn't it? We've heard it before.
True. So what's Lee's counter to that?
His take is basically, look, people always worry, but technology usually ends up making humans more efficient. He thinks the core of humanity, the important stuff, is beyond what AI can replicate or replace.
Okay. And then there's the more direct criticism, cheating, especially with that initial cheat on everything tagline.
Right. He leaned into it, but he also plays with the meaning, suggesting it's intentionally vague.
How so?
He argues that cheating means different things in different contexts. Using AI help on a standardized test versus using it to, say, remember details for a sales call, are they really the same thing ethically?
That's a fair point. Context matters.
His point seems to be that AI can give such a huge advantage, maybe an unfair one, that it feels like cheating, even if it's not in the traditional sense.
Like the sales call example, having perfect recall, instant answer.
Exactly. It's a massive edge. And he believes that's just the way things are going. It'll lead to more efficiency, especially in business where, let's be honest, you use every advantage you can get.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit.
Yeah.
What is Cluey right now? Like the actual product?
Right now, it's a desktop app. It needs access to your screen content and your system audio to, understand what's happening.
So it gathers context from your computer usage.
Pretty much. But the ultimate vision, that's way, way more ambitious. He talks about an AGI-powered chip.
AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Right, a chip inside your brain. That's the moonshot goal.
Wow. Okay. That's a leap.
Yeah.
What about the steps to get there? Is he thinking about, like, current tech? Phones?
He acknowledges it's a long road, depends on how AI models and chip tech evolve. But interestingly, he kind of dismisses just integrating deeply with, say, an iPhone as the best way forward.
Really? Why not?
He seems to think new hardware might be needed, like a dedicated AI companion device, maybe as an intermediate step before the brain chip.
So not just software, but new hardware too. Now, people have criticized him, saying he's maybe too focused on the hype, the distribution,
The cloud chasing, yeah, instead of just building the product quietly.
Right. What's his defense against that?
He's pretty upfront about it. He has this strong belief that distribution is the final moat.
The final moat, meaning...
Meaning in a world where the core AI tech might become widespread or replicable, having the audience, the users, the distribution network, that's the real long-term competitive advantage.
So the controversial stuff, the virality focus, it's all part of building that moat.
That's his argument. He thinks his current behavior is totally aligned with that principle. He needs the attention to build the user base.
But couldn't he build distribution differently? Less edgy?
Probably. But he seems to trust his own viral sense, as he calls it, his intuition about what grabs attention online. He admitted a standard launch video wouldn't have worked nearly as well.
Fair enough. Okay, let's talk about the money. The fundraising sounded pretty wild.
Oh yeah, he called it really messy, said it all came together in less than 24 hours.
Wow, less than a day. That's insane for a funding round.
Totally. And apparently the pitch itself, even the deck they were showing investors, was changing during those 24 hours.
So just adapting on the fly, why the rush?
His logic was basically seize the moment. He had all this attention right then. It was a gamble, he admitted. Either he'd fade away and struggle to raise money later, or Kluey becomes massive, and giving up a bit more equity early on wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It was a binary bet, in his view.
All or nothing. Okay, so he got the money, he's got the attention. How's he planning to actually figure out the best uses for Kluey?
The product strategy. This is also pretty unconventional. He's planning to hire about 100 interns for the summer.
100 interns? Wow. What are they going to do?
He calls it a content farm, essentially. Each intern, or small groups maybe, will focus on a specific use case for Kluey.
Like what?
Sales calls, team meetings, doing deep research, maybe even, I don't know, writing emails. They'll try things out and create content about it.
So the goal is to see what sticks and keep the buzz going.
Exactly. Generate constant viral hits across different applications, keep the attention high, and learn what users actually want or respond to.
It's like outsourced R&D via viral marketing.
Kind of. They have some initial ideas, like virtual meetings and sales calls seem like good starting points, but they're ready to pivot hard if some other use case suddenly takes off.
Flexible, but the big vision is still AI for everyone, for everything.
That's the long-term ambition, yeah. Even if day one is more focused.
Okay, back to the hardware thing for a sec. You said he's skeptical about iPhones.
Yeah, seems hesitant about deep integration there. He thinks we're more likely to see new types of AI companion hardware emerge first.
Like the Humane Pin or the Rabbit R1, maybe?
Right.
Those haven't exactly set the world on fire yet.
Right. It's part of that broader trend, though. But again, for him, even that might just be a stepping stone towards the ultimate goal.
Your brain chip.
The brain chip, bypassing current hardware limitations entirely.
It's hard not to think about the education angle here, given his whole Columbia experience. He had some pretty stark things to say about AI use on campus.
He really did. Claimed that every single undergraduate he spoke to at Columbia admitted using AI to, well, cheat on at least one assignment.
Every single one. That's a strong claim.
It is, but it suggests AI adoption among students might be way more widespread than, maybe older people realize.
Yeah, and he had that line, cheating is okay, it's trolling that gets you in trouble at Columbia.
Right. A very provocative take on the campus culture he experienced. It really highlights how fast norms might be changing with this tech.
So who does he look up to? Who inspires this unique approach?
It's an interesting mix. He mentioned comedians Bill Burr, Nathan Fielder, Dave Chappelle.
Comedians? Why them?
For their timing, maybe. Their way of connecting, pushing boundaries. He also mentioned some specific Asian college content creators known for going viral.
Interesting. And the team he's building, you mentioned the funding. Who's actually working on Kluey?
Well, apparently more than half the team are friends from his community college days.
Okay.
Plus his co-founder, who's a college dropout. And then sort of balancing that out, someone apparently on track to be Columbia's valedictorian.
Quite a mix. Community college dropouts, valedictorians.
Yeah, diverse backgrounds.
Yeah. Given everything he said, especially about Columbia, is there a risk of more backlash from the university, maybe?
You'd think so. But Lee seems pretty unfazed. He said he read the suspension documents carefully and concluded that the worst case, getting expelled, was actually the best outcome for his specific goals and narrative.
Wow. That's calculated. He sees even expulsion as a win.
Seems like it. He's playing a different game, it appears, taking risks most wouldn't.
The interviewer even floated the idea, maybe only half-jokingly, that he could end up giving a graduation speech back at Columbia someday.
Haha, yeah. What a turnaround that would be. It highlights the kind of crazy arc, as the interviewer put it, that seems possible here.
Of course, there are practicalities down the line. What if he needs to partner with, say, Apple or Google? Can he maintain this independent, edgy stance forever?
That's a great question. Business realities might force compromises eventually. We'll have to see.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. This deep dive into Roy Lee and Cluey. It's really shown us a founder taking a very non-traditional path.
Definitely. Using controversy almost as a core business strategy to build distribution, and pushing a vision of AI deeply woven into everyday life via Cluey.
It really forces you, the listener, to think about some big things, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
What does cheating or even just getting an advantage really mean when AI is involved?
Absolutely. And how do our skills, our education systems, how do we adapt when AI can do so much more? What are the ethical lines?
Yeah, the societal shifts could be huge.
For sure.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Considering Roy Lee's journey so far and how fast AI is moving, what future that seems totally outlandish today, maybe even more out there than a brain chip, might actually happen much sooner than we expect?
And maybe more importantly, what are the unintended consequences we aren't even thinking about yet as this tech accelerates? Something to ponder.
Definitely something to ponder. That's all for this deep dive. Join us next time.